Okay. Hi everyone, sorry I can't be there today. However, I'm going to make this little video to help you get through the next procedures. What you see here are two very well done pillows. As we look around the edges, you will see that you can't see where they were closed, and that's what I really like about them. Plus, their corners are nice and square. Now it's really easy to get what I call poochie corners. In fact, this one borders on poochie. It's got a dimple in it. No, you can do better than that. You can make those corners pretty square. Look at this one here. It's just about perfect. The only thing that I would criticize about this and ask them to change would be that little tail right there. That shouldn't even be there. It should be snipped off. Woohoo! Like that. Okay, doesn't that look better? Now, when you get done doing your sewing, your piece will look something like this. I'm going to put those out of the way. And you will see that the opening is where you turn it inside out. Now, this is the only one I have around here to show you with. But when you open this, the stitches were never tied in a knot, so they're coming out. We can fix that. So if that's your case, keep going. Turn it inside out by sticking the fabric through using your fingers and getting the corners out. Now this is where you have to work at the corners a little bit. Oh, I forgot to show you. Know that you have to clip off the corners at a diagonal, and this person did this. This is not mine, I didn't make this, but they clipped them off. Being careful not to clip the stitching that you've just done all the way around here. They were pretty good. Here you can see that they're not clipped into the threads. So that is good. The problem here is they didn't tie a knot, and now it's coming out easily. So we turn it inside out as I was doing before, and you make sure that the whole seam is out. Otherwise you got a series of poochies. Now a pencil or a pen would work just fine, but gently poke out the corners. If you poke too hard, it'll go right through and you'll have a hole from the pencil. So we're going to poke out the corners. Maybe this one wasn't sewed the best, but oops, there's my pencil. But that can easily be fixed too. Any kind of a mistake can be fixed, so don't get all worried about it because we'll find a way to fix it. So you've turned it inside out, and then you're going to take the stuffing, which I don't have over here right now, and you'll fluff the stuffing. I haven't had a chance to tell you that. We didn't get that far this day. Could somebody run get me some stuffing out of that box, please? Thank you. We're going to fluff the stuffing because it is packed so solidly into a box, and I want you to fluff it to get air back into it. A pillow should be fluffy, right? Thank you. That's perfect. Thanks, Jason. So, see this? It's just real fun to work with, and I don't need to see any beards in the room. That season isn't quite here yet, so you just keep this in their pillow, please. And we don't like getting it out in the hallway, so you poke it in there. You get in the corners first, because otherwise you might forget the corners first. So if you get the corners all filled in, you're already doing better than what Target does. Because Target's corners are usually, anything you buy at Target in the pillow department usually has empty corners. And I know some of you are going to use these for pillow fights, so you want to get a good grasp on that when you're about to throw that at somebody, I think. So we're going to put them in here and stuff the pillow, and then you have to close it up. Now after you get the corners done, you do the middle like I've just done, okay? And that's pretty good. You get to stuff it however thick you like it. This one's kind of medium. Some people like really thin pillows, some like them really thick, and like hockey pucks. You can do it however you want. I would call this rather thin. I would call this on the fluffier side, but it's really nice. You put your head on that, it feels really good. You should test them out and see whatever you think, how you want it. Now these are usable as pin cushions. They are usable as cat or dog toys. I have several ideas of what to do with these things. Some people even put kitty litter in them and use them for kitty litter, or not kitty litter, catnap you can actually put in there. So we can talk about that when I come back. But now I'm going to show you how to close it because that's the main purpose of this video, which I'm now getting to. When you get it all stuffed, it'll look something like this little one. Okay, so you come in from the middle. And what you're going to do is go behind your last couple of stitches. They're usually loose anyway, and that's because the knots don't always hold real well. So you come behind, and that reinforces them. And for me, I'm a right-hander. I'm going to go right to left. Then I turn it around, like I just did, and I have two folds. Okay? So the first fold, I put my needle in. I'm going to go on the far side. It doesn't matter which one you start with. you take a little bite and you pull it tight is our rhyme. Then you go to the other side, and maybe this dark pillow isn't the best to see this on. I could probably try it on that other one too. Take a little bite and pull it tight. I call these tunnels or folds, whatever you want to call it. One student said, why, it's just like a snake going through a tunnel. And I said, hey, that works for me. Can I use it? He said, sure. So for years I've been saying, you're going to put the snake through the tunnel here. If that analogy works for you, go for it. But basically you're sticking the needle through the very top of the fold. If you move your needle and you come down below the fold, down here, you will see all the stitches. And I'm going to do one for you like that so you see the difference. In the very top, you have to go through the top of the fold. Remember that. And it's not always easy, so you have to play around with it till you do it. See, and it's closing that up every time I pull it tight, and you can't see. By the time you get done, it's going to look just like this one. You won't be able to tell where you closed it, and that's the fun part of this. Then you'll use the same stitch on your big pillow that you will start next. So I'm on my side, then I go to the other side. Boy, that makes a difference. Thank you. Now I'm going to do a bad stitch and show you the difference in how it looks. It often catches on the corner. You just have to be patient and take it off of there and pull it tight. Now I'm using white thread so that you can see on this video. However, in the real deal, I'd like you to use as matching thread as you can when you start the big pillow. On these little sampler pillows, it doesn't matter. So here's what kids do. They'll come in down here and they'll go through like that thinking they're going to work faster. But look what I get. I get an overstitch. And then maybe they'll come from the same side and they'll go and they'll get another problem. You'll have some stitches on the outside. So we're trying to avoid that and that by going in the very, very top of the fold. The snake through the tunnel. Oh boy. And if your needle's not sharp, you may have more problems. There are some needles that occasionally get into our supply that are meant for darning, and they have a dull end. If you happen to get one of those, give it to us and we'll give you a better needle that'll work that's sharper. The stitch is about 1/8 of an inch. If we could open up this pillow, it would look just like what you just finished, going all the way around the edges. All right? And once I get over to this end, I'm going to show you how to finish it, because I know you'll be asking. Got a lot of tails on this one. This is one from another quarter somebody never finished, I guess. So on the very top, in the folds, I hope you can see this, pull tight. When you pull tight, you don't see the stitches. I'm on that side, now I come to this side. You have to be focused on what side you're on and go to the opposite. And you close up the gap. This stitch is useful on your clothing. Whenever you get a hole, you can close it up. That is if you want. I know holes are fashionable right now. People pay for holes, but there'll be a time when they don't anymore, and you might want to close up your holes. Okay, so I'm here. Now I can quit, but not yet, because I have to do what? I have to tie a knot. So here's a big circle knot coming. Put the thread in a circle, put the needle behind, and maintain the tension on your circle. Put your thumb where you want the knot to be and pull. There's one. And I usually do things at least twice to make sure they hold, and oftentimes 3. See, like that? And here's the third. 3 times the charm, you know. And now, to finish it off, I'm going to stick my needle right down back into the pillow beside the knot, and the needle can come up just any old place, but don't let go of it or you might lose it into the pillow, like that. Pull it tight. Voila! You don't know where the end is. Clip it off, and there is your finished pillow. Now this one wasn't real well made to start with, but you can repair this now like you would close it up. So these are all repairable. I think that does it.